Hello students, and welcome to another grammar lesson in A-level Spanish. Today we're going to be looking at negatives. How do we use negatives in Spanish? Negatives are used to show a disinterest or false intention in a sentence. To say that we don't want to do something or show this disinterest, we just put no in front of a verb. For example, no quiero, meaning I do not want to. There's loads of types of negatives that we can use, and in this video we're going to have a look at all of those types. Now, before we start, I want to cover the idea of double negatives. In Spanish, negatives are used as a double negative expression. That is to say that we use two negatives in the exact same sentence. For example, no quiero nada means I do not want everything, and it may seem counterintuitive because we have no and nada in the same sentence. In English, these two should cancel them out. For example, I didn't do nothing is not doing nothing, therefore you must have done something. So double negatives in English do not work, but in Spanish they do. So be sure when you are writing, if you do write double negative, don't worry because that's completely normal. Firstly, we're going to look at nunca or jamás. This means never. What we have to do is position either nunca or jamás after the verb. So we have no plus the verb plus nunca and jamás. For example, nunca he mirado, or no he mirado nunca. Nunca is one of these verbs which we can place in front of the verb itself, but we're going to be looking at these exceptions at the end. However, for the purpose of this example, we can have no he mirado nunca or nunca he mirado. The second way we can structure it is by then having nunca and then the verb. For example, nunca jamás he mirado, which is my other example which I was speaking about earlier. Nada. Nada means nothing. The first way we can structure it is by placing it after the verb. For example, no hay nada en su casa, there isn't anything in his house. The other way we can structure it is by putting it in front of the verb itself, just like we did with nunca and jamás. For example, nada me interesa, nothing interests me. Nadia. Nadia means no one. The first way we can structure it is by putting it after the verb. For example, no hay nadie en su casa, there is no one in his house. Or we could put it in front of the verb, just like we did with nada, nunca and jamás. For example, nadie me interesa. Ningún. Ningún means not any. It can be used as masculine or feminine. Ningún is masculine and ninguna is feminine. Or we could say ninguno for masculine as well. Or equally, for plural, we could say ningunos or ningunas. The first way we can structure it is by putting it after the verb. For example, no hay ningún libro en el dormitorio. There isn't any books in the room. Or we could put it in front of the verb. For example, ninguna persona me interesa. So notice, in the first example, we use ningún as a masculine. This is because libro is a masculine noun, and it's meant to agree with the noun. However, in the second example, it agrees with persona, which is a feminine noun. Therefore, we have ninguna. Now we're going to look at ni and ni. This means neither or nor. It is used to talk about two different negative statements, one after the other. So it's structured as this. We have the ni plus a verb, plus ni, plus another verb. For example, ni quiero comer, ni beber, meaning I don't want to eat, neither drink. Here I have some questions. I'd like you to have a go at answering these, and then whenever you're done, hit play after you have paused it in the first instance to check out the answers. Here are the answers. If you did get them all right, congratulations. I would advise you to move on to the next video of this grammar playlist so that you can be sure to go into the exam super confident knowing everything about A-level Spanish grammar. If you did not get them all right, just go over your notes once more or rewind the video so that you're ready for the exam. Or you can revise more A-level Spanish at www.revisealevel.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.